Hey folks, I was filming a two-part video and I went 30 seconds too long on the second part. So here's hopefully the condensed version into a one-part video. This is how the peninsula looks. I did want to go slow and take time, but I don't think I have enough battery life left right now for a two-part video. So here we go. We'll try to get it all in now. This is how things are looking right now on the peninsula. The coleus are all fattening up. The Alocasia Ivory Coast bolted in height a couple of inches overnight, and yeah, I have a new height level now for the entire plant. So that's where the new leaf is right now, and it's beginning to lose a little bit of its green and get that slightly frosted. It's a really pretty color. It's like a silvery gray. It's almost the silvery gray of the Beginda, but it's just a little darker in tone and a little bit more towards the green side. It's a really, really neat. It's like a frosted. It's like a frosted gray-green. Yeah, I really don't know how to describe it. Very attractive plant. I'm really glad that I bought it, and it's doing very well. I lost one leaf from the smaller cluster in the rear, but I have now like 7 or 8 new leaves popping out in a ring around the entire plant from the soil line, plus 1 leaf each on each of the clusters. That big one and another brand new one on the smaller cluster behind it. So yeah, it's popping along. This really interests me right here. This is the Alocasia cuprea with the monster leaf right there, the big honker. I think the stem is splitting, because that looks like 2 leaves coming out, and I still have the flower stalk coming up from the central stem. So I think things are about to get really interesting with this plant. I've never seen a growing tip like that with what appears to be, I mean, that is 2 separate leaves right there. And if this stalks out after it hits, 3 or 4 inches, I'm going to cut the stalk and stick it in sphagnum moss and get another Alocasia red cuprea. Cuprea red secret, which you can just call it an Alocasia cuprea. There isn't really, I think, another Alocasia cuprea widespread in the hobby. I think there's 1 or 2 other plants in the genus, but I don't think they show up anywhere. And the only difference between a red secret and a non-red secret is in the flower color. Yeah, so I just call it from now on an Alocasia cuprea. Yeah, really, really interesting. The Tanderusa Jacqueline is doing great. The Pink Princess here is getting ready to sprout an offshoot right there. Wait, let me find it here. Yeah, let me get in really close. Bear with me, folks. You can see there's an eye right there, that bright crimson spot on the stem directly facing us. Center screen. That's a growth point. That's going to sprout a sprout, and there will probably be another one also sprouting from the very top of the stem, right at that node above it. So very happy there. The Verrucosum, 1 leaf. This leaf is also, I think, going to ultimately crisp up, but these 2 are on their way. I don't think it's an issue of, it might be an issue of fungus, I'm not sure, or bacterial. I don't know what's going on here. I think for some weird reason I have a double leaf, or something happened in development, and then it, while 1 leaf was almost finished, it started to put another leaf out. But it looks to me like I've got an attempt at 2 leaves coming out for whatever reason. And then again, this whole entire formation was closed up inside a petiole during transit. So I don't know exactly what's going on here, but we'll see. Again, there's movement. That's the big thing. The plant is trying to do something. That's encouraging. That's extremely encouraging. Here's the Agigus. Presently, I can probably help it along right now. There we go. Yeah, doing that. And right next to it, of course, we have the baby Melanochrysum from Orange Lake Nurseries. Perfect plant, in perfect condition. I almost had to kill it to get it out of its packaging. So yeah, that company still has a thing or five to learn about what it is they're doing. The epipremnum, I couldn't be happier with. Look at that. This also, this came originally from Steve's Lee's last year, and it was shipped to me covered in spider mites and webbing, as was that Cebu Blue. A year later, I have 2 clusters of epipremnums doing well. One is doing okay. I'm hoping to now do the same thing with the Cebu Blue. Okay, the Thai constellation, look at that. That leaf is all here. Not all me, but all here. That's the leaf that was partially here, partially Walmart. But that's all here. Very happy with the way this thing is progressing. This is the top cut from the Pink Princess I just showed you that's getting ready to sprout. This is the top cut from that stem. The Gloriosum is exploding all over the place. I got all sorts of things happening at soil level. This is just the beginning. I'm going to have about a half a dozen leaves opened up, I think, at the bottom of this trough planter in the next week. They're just really popping up, yeah, all over. These 2 leaves I'm still waiting on to open up and drop. This is now, I hope, finally starting to get to start to position itself. It's been dropping up and dropping down and dropping up and dropping down, and now I'm hoping it's going to go up and to the right. That's really where I want it to go. So we'll see if the plant agrees with me. And then I can put this azlaniis back. The Caladium Hilo Beauty has returned, hopefully for good. The Amazonicas are both doing fine. There's the Poly, there's the Bambino with its brand new leaf, and 1 leaf has dropped down underneath it. There's the azlaniis that I had no idea how it was going to do initially. The cutting from this one, this stem that was all beginning to rot and everything with the diseased leaves, and then it tried to push out its first leaf that rotted as soon as it began to come out, and then this. Look at that. Pays to be patient. Look at that. I don't have a problem being patient. I have a problem when my time gets wasted because of a bonehead. That's when I lose it. I can wait a year for a leaf to grow. I really can. And I have. Okay, this is a mystery Alocasia. I found the corm when I was cleaning out the last batch of potting mix from the bonite. I still have a crap load to do, but I began doing the sifting project today, and I found a mystery corm. I'm 99% sure it's not another beginda. I hope it's, I'm 99% sure it's from one of the newer Alocasias, whether it's from the batch from Josh's Frogs, the 2 Amazonicas and the Heterophylla, or the batch from Wellspring Gardens, the Michelitziana, which I think is a Michelitziana, the Black Velvet, or the Jacqueline. It's not the Hilo Beauty. But yeah, it's one of those 2 groups. I don't think it's a beginda, so we'll see what it is. It's a mystery corm, and it's planted right there. And look at this azlaniis. This is the side shoot that sprouted before this leaf. And look at that. Look how it's just beginning to color up. It starts in the very center where the petiole joins. Okay? And then it travels now to, it's beginning to travel and color up on either side of each leaf vein. And I think that is so cool, watching that transformation. That is just neat. Okay, here is we covered the baby Melanochrysum. Here is the baby Soderoy. Look at that. That's one of the sexiest small plants I've ever seen. And it grew perfectly. Covered on all sides. You know, this was going straight up in a teeny little pot, probably with overhead lighting, and it grew perfectly. Even coverage and foliage on all sides. Couldn't ask for a better formed plant to start with. Again, but it was packed by a retard. Here is the OG Gigas doing great. and of course the majestic. Again, a perfect little plant. No complaints. Packed like a retard. The avocado. This thing is doing really well. I've got new branches. I've got 2 new branches right here. There's one, and there's the other. And I've got new leaves on the old branch. And the other old branch that didn't make it is still trying to hang tough. It's right there. I don't think the phone is going to focus on it. But that little sprout right there against that black, that fungused away when it came out. Here is the Dieffenbachia maculata. There's the Gupertia in its new spot. I like this arrangement better. The 2 Gupertias right next to the avocado, and then in between them the maculata. I wanted to have something between them, and from a size perspective, the 3 of them match, and they're going to be like a little mini ring around the avocado, and then the sizing drops down this way. So yeah, things are looking good. Panther, doing great. One of them has a side shoot. I forget which one. It's either this one or that one, but we'll get to that one. The Black Dragon Coleus has split and sprouted from every cut point, so we're keeping it. I do have to move it into a slightly better lighting. It's probably going to go somewhere, again, on the left. Everything here is doing great. The baby ring of fires are chugging along. I moved the baby gigas over to here to accommodate the majestic. And we'll see if maybe it'll have a better time straightening itself out back there. But at least this way I don't have to look at all of the twisted leaves it keeps putting out. The baby silver sword has a sprout. We have new growth and motion. And we have 2 sprouts coming up from this base plant. The top cutting of which is now in the workroom. It was the top cut that was here that had the all pink leaf on it. That's what happens when you give me an all pink leaf. You get thrown into the workroom. Okay, 2 new growth points. One, and there's one right there. Hard to see. It's about 1/4 of an inch tall above the base of the petiole. Look at that. So yeah, 2 new shoots from there. The Alocasia table is doing really well. Don't mind that syngonium, that's temporary. But the Scindapsus pictus is in pig heaven. It's doing very well. The new leaves that are coming out are all beautifully colored, in perfect shape, looking really nice. And then we've got that here, and I pulled the other vine from the center down to here. I'm going to try to hopefully get it to root into the pot right there and help fill out that bare patch a little bit more nicely. Then I have to decide exactly what I want to do with it. I'm going to have plenty of cuttings with which to play around. The mellows, one of the, there were 3 corms planted in here, one of which is now just deciding to pop up. Thank you. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as the song goes. And here is the cellulum corner to wrap things up. I've got it done. We have the cellulums, and then on the wall behind them is all Adansonii. And there's enough space to give plenty clearance for the Adansonii, for light, for circulation, what have you, because the cellulums immediately start putting their leaves forward from the wall. So first we've got the solid green spider plants dropping down to the backdrop of the Adansonii, solid green, and then the cellulums. That Dieffenbachia is not going to stay there. The Cebu blue might. But yeah, I really like how this corner turned out. It was a great solution for all the small, kind of scrawny looking Adansonii to, you know, get going on their own, and it was a great solution for the cellulums. I haven't had to throw out a single cellulum. So we have the cellulum corner, the table. This wall is having a very good start, repositioning of all these guys around the avocado, and the new baby philodendrons, and the issues with the verrucosum, and the really cool possible split development on the cuprea. Have fun, folks.